Hey everybody, how's it going tonight? When last we left our intrepid adventures, I was telling you about when my sister came over, and I contemplated deleting the video, but no. This is part of caregiving. Congratulations. If you haven't experienced this yet, this is just a treat, I say sarcastically. I'm on a bunch of different caregiver platforms, and it seems to be a common thing where there's one daughter or one sibling that does all the work, and the other siblings will be nowhere to be found. And what happens is the one sibling is doing all the work, the heavy lifting, all the stress, all the strain, all the this, all the, and another sibling will come in, prance in, visit for a couple of minutes, cause absolute chaos, tell you exactly how you should be doing things. You're doing things wrong, you're doing things this or that. And then they say, I am such a problem solver, I am so great, and then they leave. Leaving you in the exact same situation, except a lot of times worse. So, that's common. I am a member of a whole bunch of caregiver groups, and yes, that is common. People are screaming up and down, constant, and it does not end. And there's person after person, there's hundreds of people that are saying yes, that's the exact same thing. So I'm gonna leave that video in because, oh my gosh, that is typical, and that is the typical reaction. And I was being nice then, so let me just leave you with that gem. If you're a caregiver, you will get instruction bombed, and things will be made worse. They will come, the visit will produce horrible things, and then they'll go away, and the sibling will think that is the greatest thing. They have helped a lot. So anyways, okay, so on to the next day. So far I've told you about the night of the floods. I have told you about the next day where I bailed and drained the water down. The next day my brother came over, and my brother came. It was great. And started working with me. We started separating things into keep pile and a throw out pile, and I rented a dumpster to have it delivered. And we also hired college kids to go and take everything in the throw out pile and lug it out of the basement and put it in the dumpster. And thank goodness, because between my old body, broken body, and his old broken body, it did just that. We couldn't do it ourselves, and I had to tell. I told the kids, I told the college kids, our minds are willing, but our bodies are weak, and we've been at this for a couple of days. So they understood, and they kind of laughed. But so we had a keep pile and a throw out pile. We created that the first day that my brother was here, and then the next day after that, the college kids came in, and those poor college kids, they took a whole bunch of stuff, they would walk it over the dumpster, they'd put it in the dumpster, and by the time they got back, there was even more stuff in the throw out pile. Like, that's how bad it was. So we did that for days, and my brother was just trying to save stuff that it was like, he was just very valiant about doing that. So, and in the middle of all that, my tire went flat in my car. So I had to go out and get that taken care of, and in the middle of everything. So my brother has gone back. He has flown out. He flew out, and 3 days later he came down with C-19. So yeah, poor guy. He's very, very wonderful. I'm very grateful for everything he does. He didn't deserve C-19. So he's flat on his back right now. I am still going through the basement. I am down to sitting down, looking and saying, just do one thing, just do one thing, just do one thing. And I go and I do that one thing, and I sit down again, and I'm like, oh, and I just sit, just do one thing, just do one thing. And I'm doing stuff that way, just one thing, just one thing. And hopefully eventually everything will be done, and I will be, and then the dumpster is scheduled to leave my house on Monday. So I'll have it for about 2 weeks, and the dumpster, whatever is in it at the time, will go, and I will be happy. So, but the good news is it's cleaned out a lot of space in my basement. So I guess that's a good thing, but that is it's a what I say, the kids say it's a bunch of suck. So yes. So yeah, but yes, there's a whole bunch of room in my basement. Maybe I'll do some setup there and do some recording there. So anyways, okay, all right, so that is my saga. I guess my town is applying for FEMA funds, and we may or may not get FEMA funds, even though bridges were washed out and culverts were washed out and roads were washed out and rivers exceeded their banks and railroad tracks were washed. Like the railroad tracks were up on the big hillock. You know, they put a lot of, in the 30s, 40s, they built up the hillock, and they that, you know, just they have cuts. We have cuts in that where the water came through and the river came through and everything. So, but we're going to see if we get FEMA funds. I don't know. I live in a blue state, so a lot of the red states don't like blue states to get FEMA fundage. Who knows? Anyways, okay, I will stop with the politics, but that is what I'm doing at this point. I hope this finds you well. I hope you stay dry. Okay. All right, and fall's coming around the corner, so I hope the heat dissipates. All right. Okay, I hope this finds you well. Take care. Bye.